Historically, the first undocumented and illegal immigrants in South Africa are those people that arrived in 1652 in the Cape as colonial settlers. That is the first group of colonial settlers, undocumented illegal immigrants that got to take over our land. And that is what all of us must appreciate. That when the Dutch East Indian Company arrived in South Africa with colonial settlers who came in the pretext that they are going to establish a refreshment station and later on expanded to the entirety of South Africa to take our land, to use their military superiority, to use the fact that they had guns against us. They took our land. That is the first category of illegal and undocumented immigrants into South Africa. And the sooner all of us appreciate that, the better. And of course, the second category will be those that came to join the Dutch East Indian Company in 1806, the British occupation of South Africa and annexation of Natal later on, or the place that they got to name Natal, which is KwaZulu. And then that is what got to happen. And then the third category of illegal and undocumented immigrants came after the discovery of diamonds in Kimberley in 1867. And then in 1886, with the discovery of gold, that is when there was the so-called gold rush. That is when the highest number of illegal immigrants came from all parts of Europe and all parts of the other world, Australia, the Americas, and everywhere. And these were Caucasians, white people, who came to invade our land. And then they got to fight amongst themselves to the exclusion of the black majority and Africans in particular in the allocation and benefit of resources. So the sooner all of us appreciate that the first group of illegal immigrants are the colonial settlers and invaders in South Africa, the better, because that is the reality that we are confronted with. But in context, we want to then deal with some of the issues that are very important. Is that with the discovery of gold in 1886, the British colonial settlers, who had, of course, pushed the Afrikaners or the Dutch settlers from coastal South Africa into inland. So like the coastal South Africa will be the Cape and Natal. So the only provinces in the 4 provinces that existed, or the 4 semi-autonomous states that existed before the Union of South Africa, the coastal components of that was Natal and the Cape. And the British imperialism, they got to occupy the Cape and Natal because they thought that the coastline is of strategic economic value. Because it has got access to the oceans, they will be able to trade with other parts of the world easier without being inland, which was mostly utilized and reliant on agricultural production and that as a primary form of the economy. Now, with the discovery of gold in 1886, the colonial settlers, particularly Cecil John Rose, who at some stage was the governor of the Cape Colony, they then began to agitate for the British takeover of the republics, which belonged that time nominally to the Afrikaners, to the Dutch colonial settlers. So an agitation began to say that we cannot have so much gold in the control of the Afrikaners. We cannot allow such a strategic mineral in the global economy to continue in the hands and control of the Dutch colonial settlers in any way. Globally, they do not have military powers similar to the British Empire, which was a superpower at that particular period. As a result, in 1899, the British colonial settlers agitated for a war between themselves and the Dutch colonial settlers who had now identified themselves as Afrikaners. So what that means is that white people, the Caucasians that were here in South Africa, began to have a war amongst themselves. And they agreed when they started that war that in whatever they do, even if they are cornered, they must never ever co-opt the black majority